Hey guys, Rob Phoenix, Powwow guy here. Just wanted to pop in. First of all, say hello. Hope you're all having a very nice weekend. Um, but I got into a conversation with someone today, and they said that they were really interested in kind of putting themselves out there publicly as a powwower. But what should they do? How should they get started? How do they build like a list of clientele and such with? So this video is kind of like my off the cuff advice about how to get started, putting yourself out there as a powwower, and sort of building your reputation. Building a reputation is not easy. For me, it was many, many years of putting myself out there, contacting people, learning about the tradition, and that took a long time. So if you want to put yourself out there as a practitioner of powwow, or I guess any tradition, find some good teachers, some people that will set you on the path, that will give you proper instruction. And every tradition's different. With powwow, proper instruction could be something as simple as somebody teaching you one or two powwowing charms. Because the tradition itself is so simplistic. But putting yourself out there, that's kind of the tricky part. Like you sort of, like I was putting myself out there to learn information. I was asking questions. I was like challenging the information that was readily available. And so over time, somebody's like, hey, you're that powwow guy. So I'm going to ask you this question and this question. And that's, first of all, that's where that came from, the powwow guy. But I built a reputation of being the person who asked the questions and challenged the information that was publicly available at the time, which was not the best. So then as it spread, I mean, there was nobody else doing powwow at the time. So it was just kind of me for a long time. And people started seeing, my presence here and there online or whatever. But also I live in an area of Pennsylvania that's very much open to a practitioner of powwow. They say, oh, you're a powwower. I know my grandmother was a powwower. My great-grandparents went to a powwow or whatever. Can you help me with this or that? And then word spreads like via mouth. Just like the tradition is largely an oral tradition, the reputation is largely passed on mouth to mouth or word of mouth or whatever it is they say. So my best advice, if you want to start putting yourself out there as a powwow, is to establish some kind of presence for yourself, whether that's putting a shingle out, hanging on your front porch, like saying, powwow services, or making a website. Just saying, here, I'm talking about powwow. Here's what powwow is. Here's what a powwow does. If you need some powwow or you have any questions, here's how you can contact me. Because that is the world we live in now. The world of the internet. So there's that. I've also done many lectures at universities, colleges, shops, schools. I've been in newspaper articles, on podcasts. I've written for blogs. I published books. So I've really put myself out there to spread correct information about the tradition, to combat the misinformation. But from all of that work, people have learned my name and they've reached out to me. So it's tricky to get started. It's tricky to establish yourself in a tradition, especially one so obscure as Pennsylvania Dutch powwow. And for many, many years, we had like one voice in the like uber academic community, one voice in the major misinformation community, and then there was my voice that was just like trying to put it out there as a practitioner. So, yeah, real tricky. But I would say establish a public presence for yourself, either with a website or I guess a social media page or a YouTube, like do some regular YouTubing. I also have YouTube videos. And that's how people find me. But from that's the way word of mouth is spread in this day and age. No longer is the community like kind of like a real life community where neighbors are whispering to other neighbors and such. It's more of an internet presence now, but that's the modern world we live in. So yeah, check that out. Go online, maybe set up a blog for yourself, write about powwow, offer articles and information about the tradition, offer truth, because Pennsylvania culture knows its history. They know what's true. They know what's bullshit. And there's a lot of bullshit out there. So stick to what's true. Stick to what you know. Do not overstep your own skills and knowledge. Do not say you can do something if you don't know how to do it, if you've never been taught, because that doesn't help anybody. Okay, we cannot be all things for all people. If you know that you are good, you were trained in some one specific type of healing and you're successful at that, then that's what you can offer people. Be realistic, okay? Be realistic, be true to the culture, be true to our history, be true to our religious structure, and you'll find that things come easier to you. When you're making stuff up and just trying to create your own sort of religion or whatever, you're going to hit barriers nonstop. But if you're just true to it, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path, God will bless you and put your name out there, and then people will come to you. And if you are a source of healing, the word will spread and you will get more people. Now, in my area, in my town, my neighborhood, people just kind of show up every once in a while at my house. They know what I have to offer. They know what I do. Some people think it's strange. Some people don't even understand it at all. But for the most part, it's pretty well accepted here in my community. It's kind of an old-timey tradition, so just be prepared for that. We're not trying to modernize it and make it into something that it never was. The people know it as they know it. They know it as what it truly is, as what it's always been, and that's what they accept it as. So don't get crazy with your powwowing. You don't have to rewrite it. It's already written. It is one of the most well-documented traditions in the world. We have everything already. We know what a powwower is, what a powwower was, what a powwower does, what we believe, how we do things. So you don't have to recreate it. It's already there for us. So just stick to what you know, stick to the truth, offer the truth to people, be sincere in it. Eventually your reputation will grow. If you have any questions, you can let me know, but that's my best advice, as wordy as that was. It took me many years to get where I am with my powwowing, well over 20 some years. It is what it is. You're not going to become a famous person for powwowing. That should not be your goal ever. All right. You're not going to make money or fame or riches or whatever. The important thing is that you're sharing proper information and providing a proper service to people that, keeps a piece of our culture alive. So there you go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment area below. But that's it. So best of luck to you. God bless you guys. Love you. Have a good night. And let's talk more about this.